First at 9 starts right now.
Welcome into this digital edition of First at 9. I'm Lauren Harkson. We're going to get right over to meteorologist Harmony Mendoza for a quick check of your first alert forecast because frigid air is on the way, Harmony.
And it can't get here any faster, Lauren. It is so humid outside. We can feel it atop of Red Mountain. We are certainly no stranger to it being in the clouds here, but 63-degree temperature right now, dew point of 61. You know, the dry air is found in between the dew point temperature and the air temperature, and we only have a 2-degree temperature difference. All that cold air, that bitterly cold Arctic air, is still locked up in the Midwest, still on track to be on our doorstep by Monday and Tuesday. The first alert forecast heading into this evening, it doesn't look too bad, but we will have spotty showers. I wanted to pull up our first alert AccuTrack so you can see there's a few showers right now around Mulga, Sullivan Springs, Hueytown. You're probably going to maybe see some sprinkles. It's just a little bit of energy that is on a stalled front. What's happening is a freeze watch that will start tomorrow. So this is all going to start tomorrow, but it's kind of giving us a heads up. And, you know, as these forecast models are coming out and getting updated by the National Weather Service, you can see that this is a loop, has some of these freeze warnings. They go a little bit farther south. And so we're talking about first alert weather days, the first freeze of the season. This is a huge deal. Monday and Tuesday morning, it'll be windy and cold, and then a hard freeze likely on Tuesday. As the winds die down, the atmosphere has a chance to really get frozen solid. So making those preps now while it's hot and humid is your best bet. We'll have more on the forecast in just a few. Lauren.
We are covering multiple breaking news stories at this hour. First, a child is dead after an apparent accidental shooting in Gadsden today. A statement from Gadsden police reading, quote, "Our investigators are carefully working through the details to understand exactly what happened. This is still an active investigation and we'll share updates when we are able. Our hearts are with the family as they face an unimaginable loss," end quote. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more. And more breaking news. Birmingham police are investigating 2 homicides within 24 hours, the latest happening in the Ensley area. Investigators say someone was shot here on Avenue K before driving to Avenue I. Police say the person showed up at the fire station asking for help here. Unfortunately, the victim later died from their injuries. No word yet from police on any suspects. And another homicide today, just before 10 a.m. Birmingham police say someone was shot and killed on the 32nd Street North in the Collegeville area. Police say it followed some sort of domestic altercation. Officers detained 1 person, but no updates on whether or not they'll be charged. And a major road near the University of Alabama campus shut down earlier tonight after police say a pedestrian was hit in Tuscaloosa. Officers closed Jack Warner Parkway after someone was hit at the Queen City Avenue intersection. No word on that person's condition tonight. And as the government shutdown continues, Congresswoman Terry Sewell addressing her constituents at a town hall in Birmingham with a special guest. Former Senator Doug Jones joined Sewell at Parker High School this morning to discuss current challenges in Washington, how they impact Alabama, and the path forward for working families, both pleading for the reinstatement of SNAP benefits after the Supreme Court put a pause on their distribution earlier this week.
You know, I think there's a misnomer about SNAP benefits. People think that SNAP, when they think about SNAP, they think of, you know, some welfare queen. Well, let me just tell you, the face of SNAP in my district are children. I mean, 70% of the people who receive SNAP in my district are either children, the disabled, or seniors.
And it flows to the economy overall. Folks that use SNAP benefits go to their grocery to get some food.
Absolutely.
And that frees up what other meager resources they have for gasoline, for things that can do. So this affects grocery stores. This affects farmers. Mm-hmm. It affects everybody in a way that folks just are not really thinking of.
Congresswoman Sewell also issued another call for Congress to reconvene after being in recess for 7 weeks. And new tonight, the Central Alabama Caribbean American organization hosting a relief fundraiser to support those impacted by Hurricane Melissa. Your reporter Abby Heyman attending that event tonight.
The ties from Central Alabama to Jamaica run deep. When Hurricane Melissa made landfall on the country, it was one of the strongest ever recorded. It impacted nearly 6 million people. Now, the local Caribbean community in Alabama is stepping up to help their own.
They have lost everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. They have nothing but the clothes on their backs.
The fear of knowing your loved ones are in danger, but not being able to do anything about it.
It was coming directly at us. And what I'm seeing right now, I can't even imagine be there to experience that.
Something so many in Alabama felt watching Hurricane Melissa barrel towards Jamaica.
I've done it once when I was a little boy in Gilbert, and it was not even it was a category 4. It was not even a category 5.
People from the country know what it's like. They've felt the winds, the rush of finding shelter.
That was in 1988, Hurricane Gilbert. That one also did extensive damage. It took the country about 10 years to recover.
They know the strength it takes to keep moving forward after the storm has passed.
We're resilient people, we're strong, and we're going to overcome this. And we're going to build even bigger, better than before.
A fundraiser Saturday allowing people to share their experiences, some not hearing from their family members for days after the hurricane.
Prayers answered on that one. We were praying no fatalities with our family. That happened. Of course, there's major damage.
And now they're doing everything they can to support all of the families impacted.
Whatever knocks you down today, you have this resilience, and you're going to get back up tomorrow.
It's going to take 10 Melissa to stop us.
If you want to help, the organization is accepting donations through a GoFundMe. I have that fundraiser linked along with a list of the most needed items like clothing, batteries, and blankets. You can go to the WBRC 6 News app to find all of that information and more. Your reporter in Birmingham, Abby Haymond, WBRC 6 News, on your side.
All right, Abby, thanks. First responders honoring fallen heroes and raising awareness about an important topic tonight. The Central Alabama Fire Chiefs Association holding its First Responders Banquet at the Fultondale Event Center. The event honoring first responders who've lost their lives in the line of duty while bringing awareness to mental health and suicide prevention. Proceeds from the event benefit the Alabama Suicide Prevention and Resources Coalition and the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
The goal is to be able to open up conversations, basically understanding that it is okay not to be okay and it's okay to reach out for help.
It's a big thing that we're dealing with in the fire service, public safety in general, and we just want to make sure that we're bringing awareness and that we don't have any more losses than we've already had.
The event was put on by the Keeping Kindness Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to raising awareness for suicide prevention, particularly among public safety and service professionals. In covering Shelby County tonight, where Helena was the place to be if you're a car enthusiast, the Helena Fire Department and the Great Southern region of the Antique Automobile Club of America holding an antique car show at Buck Creek Park. The event raised funds for the Helena Firefighter Charity, which is a reserve fund to benefit firefighters in need. It was created after a Helena firefighter was unable to work last year due to a cancer diagnosis.
It's an event that kind of spawned out of an event we had last year. We had one of our own come down with cancer, and we wanted to help them and raise money. This year is the same thing, except it's not for somebody specific. We're trying to be proactive and set funds aside and start having these funds in the event something like that happens.
The fire department is also hosting a rib cook-off tomorrow, where every dollar raised will also go toward that charity fund. And we're just a few days away from Veterans Day, and efforts are already underway to pay tribute to those who served our country. Today at the Alabama National Cemetery, volunteers on hand to place American flags at the grave of each veteran buried there. 12,000 flags in total. Families had the opportunity to go first and place flags on their loved ones' graves, followed by groups of volunteers heading out to distribute the rest.
It's just our way of saying to the veterans that their service is important, and to their families of the folks buried here, it lifts up their spirits, because when you see what the cemetery looks after these kids get done, it really is a blessing.
The flags will remain in place until next Saturday at 10 a.m. when the group is asking for volunteers to come help pick them all up. And we have more kindness and support for heroic veterans this weekend. The Home Depot helping repair and renovate the homes of 3 local veterans for free. Sammy Gilchrist Jr., David Wilson, and Clifford Boyd all live in the Birmingham area. Wilson was injured in the line of duty and still receives care to this day while also caring for his wife. Gilchrist and his wife has had care for them, while Boyd has lived next door to the Wilsons for 20 years and is known for supporting veterans. These upgrades will help them all comfortably live in their homes for years to come.
Beautiful concert. Hear the music back there? When you hear the saws going and the hammers going and the brushes slapping paint up against the wall, it's a beautiful sound. Nothing sounds better, especially at this time of the year, honoring our veterans on Veterans Day.
Our veterans deserve it, man. They've given us a lot, and these people are particularly deserving and giving. These are some of the best veterans we've met in a while.
I feel grateful. It does encourage me to help even more.
To see this many people come together, you know, as a unit, it's been really nice.
I just love to see that. In addition to all those repairs, each home got wooden planters, chairs, and grills across all three of those homes to enhance comfort and, of course, some curb appeal. And folks were walking to remember this morning in Mountain Brook. Alzheimer's of Central Alabama holding its annual Walk to Remember event where people walked to help fundraise for the group and pay tribute to those who struggle or have struggled with the disease. This year's event also featuring a vintage car show. Looks like a lot of fun.
Oh, excellent organization. I've seen them grow over the years and I cannot see a better set of people. All right, folks, we're looking at a live shot right now of Lake Tuscaloosa, Pier 43, right around the corner from the beautiful Black Warrior River. We have temperatures that are still really matched with a great deal of humidity. It's humid, it's sticky, it's in the 60s, and it's, you know, at 9 o'clock at night. So we're still seeing a little bit of instability in the atmosphere, enough to have some isolated showers here. Our first alert AccuTrack right now is tracking a small little thunderstorm around Mulga, areas of Hueytown as well, popping up just a few scattered showers, Harpersville and Childersburg. Now, most of this is along a pretty active line, a stalled out front that has a few thunderstorms, especially in the Atlanta metropolitan area earlier today. That did spark up a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. So this is our futurecast. We'll start it at 10 p.m. tonight. I want you to kind of really focus on a couple of things here. One, the winds as they change, and you'll notice the wind barbs are kind of in there, but there's two particular changing of the guards that are going to occur. The humid air has to press southward. That's going to happen early in the morning as we head towards Sunday, and then into Sunday midday, you're going to feel the difference. You're going to see the leaves, you know, all over the car, all of the acorns dropping on your car, making it sound like rain, but it's just going to be so gusty out there that everything that's in the trees will get shook loose. We're looking at the 7 p.m. Sunday image here. The cold air still set to arrive Monday morning early, and I wanted to zoom out. This forecast model is doing a decent job of showing that the bulk of this wintry precipitation will be in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere and in Tennessee and portions of the Chattahoochee Valley. So we're not going to see that winter precipitation here quite yet, but this will be our first big freeze of the season, so it has warranted a first alert weather day. So Monday morning temperatures will be 30, just below freezing, windy. It'll feel like the 20s. On Tuesday morning, this will be the actual air temperature, 19 in Coleman. That's going to be a bitter start. Temperatures will really struggle to get above the freezing mark on Monday, and so we've made first alert weather days for Monday and Tuesday. Because it'll be windy and cold, it's going to hit you like a brick wall right when you walk out the door. You're going to feel that. It's going to push you back and say, hey, no, we need another layer there. That hard freeze likely on Tuesday morning. At least, you know, a lot of folks are going to be off the roads and not at school or at the banks. So that's good news for the bulk of the week. You'll get a little bit more comfort as you head towards Wednesday morning, but it will nonetheless be freezing in your 7-day forecast. The first alert weather days, Monday and Tuesday. You need the coat, you need the gloves, and everything else in between. Lauren?
All right, Harmony, thanks. And thank you for watching this digital edition of First at 9. Just a reminder, you can get news anytime on the WBRC News app and WBRC.com. We hope you have a great day.